One of the great secrets of Washington, known to everyone inside Washington, is that many of the most powerful members of Congress do not work for their constituents, much less for the rest of us, for the country at large. They are instead puppets of the most secretive federal agencies. They are controlled effectively by the permanent bureaucracy, including through bribery and blackmail. Two such members happen to be especially powerful this term. They are Congressman Mike Rogers of Alabama, who is the chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, and Congressman Mike Turner of Ohio, who is chairman of the House Intel Committee. Both of these men have been instructed to violate, in letter and in spirit, federal law, and to hide the truth about UFOs from the American public. They're working to do that right now. It is infuriating to watch this. But if you think about it for a second, it's also baffling. Why is this happening? Federal agencies have been lying about UFOs for more than 80 years. This has been a coordinated effort. It is both highly time-consuming and very expensive. Many Americans have been hurt in the process. But why? What's the point of this? Wouldn't it be a lot easier just to release the facts? Now, the conventional explanation for why they haven't been released is that the U.S. government is lying about UFOs because the truth about UFOs is too scary to reveal.
Did the most prominent news anchor in America just reference an intergalactic treaty? Candice, I don't know whether your shirt is black and blue or white and gold.
I'm going to go with
but
B&B.
I'm pretty sure that dude just said emphatically that aliens are real and our government knows about it. What thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah. I've always believed in aliens.
Whoa, let's talk about that.
It doesn't make sense. So if you see any of those pictures from the James Webb Telescope, have you ever seen them?
James Webb Telescope?
Yeah.
Go pull that up.
Pull that up, please.
You guys haven't seen it? Oh my gosh, you're in for a treat. There's this picture, and I highly encourage everyone to look at it because I think it'll put a lot of your life into perspective. It looks like a sky full of stars.
Uh-huh.
Those are not stars. Those are galaxies.
Ah, those are galaxies.
Those are galaxies.
All right, I smell what you're stepping in.
And then there's this idea, too, that everything kind of fractals. So we have our universe that has billions of galaxies, but that this probably fractals to more actual, more galaxies, more universes, and it just goes on and on and on in infinity. So when you say that we're the only intelligent beings, it doesn't even make sense when you see that. And then when you have people that say definitively that they know anything, especially when it comes to morality, or it's just, what are you talking
100%.
about?
Hey,
I can't
Right.
comprehend things like on that scale.
I know,
You know?
and there's something pretty awesome about that, actually. I remember as a little kid going to a planetarium and seeing, thinking about, here's our Earth.
Yeah.
Here's our planets. Here's our galaxy. Here's all these other, we're one of all these other galaxies. And think beyond that, and beyond that, and beyond that. And it almost makes you feel like a little high. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, in a good way. Like, it makes you feel almost like a little small and insignificant.
Where you're like one of those dudes who, would eat shrooms and sit at the planetarium and just chill, or what?
No, bro. I'm, 8 years old.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's not what something. No, nobody does that.
Nah, but no, seriously, I think you could almost just trip out in your own brain just thinking about that, just thinking about how big and how vast everything is, especially if what we're being told is true. I got a couple flat Earth friends.
Now there we go.
I got a couple flat Earth friends who do believe in aliens.
All that is right there.
They just say they're beyond they're on our planet. Boy.
That's no galaxies right there. What that is that just a bunch of bugs on the firmament. You know,
that's just some pictures that
just a bunch of
NASA,
dragonflies that hit the
NASA stands
firmament.
for not a space agency.
Oh,
it's a propaganda machine.
Young Thug's lawyer came up with that one. Yeah, dude. This is impossible. What?
Candice, I have a lot of flat Earth friends.
I have one, and he
They're
had
kinda
me
convincing sometimes,
yeah.
right?
Within 5 minutes, I was like, "Well, actually, I don't know.
I can't answer that.
I'm not sure."
And my simple brain likes it.
You like
I
it?
like it. I like it.
Fun.
It's like, hey,
it's a fun one.
this is all we got. There's a roof up here. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. But you know what? I feel like
it feels cozy.
The pilots who go. This is my thing. My beef. The pilots that go west to make it east. Why are they lying?
Yeah, dude. There's this.
You know?
The conspiracy would have to be.
I want to believe.
The conspiracy would have to be executed on such a level. I just don't understand.
You know what the flat
benefit of
earthers
it.
say about aliens, though?
No.
So they say, and apparently there's certain spots like Antarctica, certain places you're not allowed to go.
Yeah.
You try and go there, like people will like with guns will.
Well,
stop
there's
you.
allegedly aliens.
The reptiles
At the poles.
Yeah, at the poles. They're
Right.
the reptiles.
So beyond like a certain spot,
There's
like,
good
if you
aliens
look
and bad aliens.
if you
Apparently,
look
there's the
up, like,
grays and the greens, right?
There's a lot of aliens.
Is the,
and there's
the grays
nor-
and the greens? Is
and
that
the
idea?
gray, yeah, grays, greens, and then there's the whites. We are being so rude to Mickey. Can we?
Delgo, if you look up a flat Earth map, and then I still want to examine this map, but a flat Earth map, and they'll show how like where these things lie. But also, I'm very curious. I mean, what the heck do we know? It's almost like we have to take it two ways. One, if the thing's that ain't it.
You want to see the one where like we're on a dish, right? Like it's like
it's
the
like a
dinner.
circle.
It's like the dinner plate.
It's a circle. They're like, and most of the flat Earth people are also they're very religious. They're like, look at the Bible. God made a firmament. That's like where it separates the seas from the sky, the seas from the bottom. So basically, there's like a dome above us. Might look like that. Try to zoom in on that bad boy a little bit. But either way,
There's your
I can
east to
dig.
west
I can dig.
question.
I can dig both. You know what I mean? I can dig almost like but I think there's like a roof over us. What did your flat Earth friends say that got you convinced?
I don't even remember. It was actually Alex Stein 99. I did his show.
Big fan of Alex Stein.
I think he's great.
I think he's great.
I think he's great, and I don't even know. He was just explaining how NASA.
Primetime Stein's a flat earther.
He was when I talked to him. I don't know if he's changed his mind or not, but you can look up the interview I did with him a couple years ago, and he goes into it. And he just talks so quick that I just couldn't keep up. And then I was just like, okay, and he's like laying down what are facts according to him. And
that's the same thing
I
with
didn't
me.
come prepared for this debate, so I don't know.
Because I'm like, I can't disprove that.
Right.
I can't
I haven't
say
been up there.
otherwise. They're I don't know. They're almost like a little too convinced. But
I also
our boy,
I don't
shout
give a
out
shit.
Slick and Thick Show. Shout out Christos Yagos.
Shout out
That's
Spartan.
our boy who's Spartan.
He ain't the other
he's
one.
pushing
It's
that big.
very big in the MMA community. It's
There's
probably
few.
bigger in the MMA community than any other community.
Yeah.
The correlation between CTE and flat Earth is probably.
CTE's not real. Flat Earth might be.
I feel like you need that to be true.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to believe that, bro. I need to believe that. But yeah, I've one of my best friends is an astrophysicist. So soon we're gonna have that debate. I'm gonna
that
bring the
I can't wait.
astrophysicist. We're gonna bring Christos on. We're gonna let him fucking butt heads. And we're
cannot
gonna
wait
see what
for that.
happens. Yeah.
Honestly, I just don't give a shit. Like, I would be so. I have lost so much faith in all of our systems that if it came out that it was flat Earth tomorrow, I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense.
yeah.
Like, all right, whatever.
Why wouldn't they lie about that?
What blows my mind about this whole thing, regardless of what your beliefs are, if you 20 years ago, when I was growing up, if you had said that aliens are real and the government is covering it up, you would have been the all-time tinfoil hat, living in the Mojave Desert
But
on a
wasn't-
CB radio.
Wasn't that like X-Files, though? There was a big group and movement that thought it was all real.
That the X-Files was real?
Well, like, it was a pop culture show, obviously.
Interesting.
But people believed it.
I'm a big believer of that. I'm a
Yeah.
huge believer of that they do deflection via disinformation, and they do like immersion deflection. I think that happened with a couple of very pizza related conspiracy theories where you take things that are absolutely interestingly correlated, whether they are or not, it's worth looking into, and then they dump, and when I say they, I'm talking about couple three-letter agencies will dump so much information on it and take it to crazy town, so that immediately anybody who says like, wow, that's kind of weird, so these people are ordering pizza and they're talking about having pizza parties every day, and then wow, all this symbolism, and then but there's reptiles under Antarctica, and then so like
Right.
you're one of those QAnon crazies, and people are able to just like dismiss you outright instead of you're like, whoa, go back. Why was the cabinet $10,000 and the same name as a girl that went missing?
Yeah.
I don't believe in reptiles under Antarctica. I also don't believe anybody has ever bought anything on Wayfair for $10,000 ever.
Yeah.
Did you hear the theory that people that are RH negative are a human alien hybrid.
I have
RH
heard
negative. What is that?
Yeah, so
Blood
like
type?
so you know how you have like you could be A positive or A negative or
Yeah.
O positive or O negative. So that positive negative is RH. So the idea is that the negative or the RH negative has only been around for like 1,000 years, something like that. It's like wildly new.
They got some
And-
alien semen.
Well, what's interesting
They built
is
different.
if you're a mom that's negative, so I'm negative. If you're negative and your baby is
shit.
positive, your body will kill the baby. It'll think that it's like a foreign invader, so you cannot reproduce. So they think that these people are some kind of hybrid. They tend to be like really flexible, have really low resting heart rate, low blood pressure.
Wait.
Something else.
So is the idea that these aliens are like humanoid?
Ask me. I don't know.
Well, that's another one of their. That's another
Are the
one of the
aliens
theories.
Humanoid? Have you banged an alien?
I'm the offspring of said crossbreeding.
She's part Japanese, dude. The Asians are of course alien.
what?
If there's anyone's gonna be alien, it's them.
Okay, at some point she's putting us on. She's Japanese, she's German, she's Jewish, she's alien.
I
Like,
never
what
said
we got going on?
German.
You're
When-
Japanese. You said that, right?
Yeah, Japanese,
Yeah.
Spanish,
Spanish,
Jewish.
Jewish,
Yeah.
and alien.
If
And
anybody,
alien.
if any
And a
race
little
is
alien.
alien,
Huh?
if any race is alien, it's
Yeah.
Asian.
Why? Okay.
Elaborate.
Hairless, very smart, aerodynamic. You know, they're the future. Them and people who have autism are the future. They're superhuman. They're superhuman.
Yeah, you just
Someone who's autistic has a superhuman power.
You just defined one championships. Just defined pride fighting. Speaking of, I don't think I love the people who are like think that we would stand any chance against some sort of like intergalactic alien invasion.
Yeah.
No, we get fucked up. If they can get here and we can't get there,
Yeah,
they
it's
got the
already over.
technology to fuck us up.
We
100%.
couldn't. We're the same species. Europeans are the same species as indigenous natives, and they couldn't handle gunpowder and blankets. What do
Real
you
quick,
think that we?
I want to, Delco, if you don't mind, zoom in back in on the web one, right, Candice? And explain that to us again. You started to a little bit. I'd like to see it a little bolder to understand it.
So-
because I started going in that flat Earth bullshit, but
Yeah, so basically what it looks like is you're looking at a sky that is completely filled with stars, like the most beautiful lit sky you've ever seen, but they're not stars, they're actually galaxies. And that's just like a tiny little photo that we captured. That's not the full scope of the universe.
How do we know that's real?
how do we get
How do we know
that?
it's real?
How do we go that far away?
But every
the
time a UFO
telescope's out there. We launched the telescope.
Okay.
But somehow, every time a UFO
no.
is sighted, it's filmed on a Nokia that the guy stopped playing Snake for 1 second. Like it's always grainy footage.
Well, not those Tic Tacs, right? When they were with the military and they have that footage that came out.
Well, in that interview, and further on with Tucker, in that interview, they talk to a sitting U.S. congressman, and he talks about having spoken with people who were Top Gun fighters, people who were flying some of the best jets, and that they were just getting like buzzed by these unidentified objects, and then they were told when they landed, do not ever talk about this. This is a matter of national security, and then they weren't allowed to speak about it. So I would encourage people to see that whole episode. Again, my mind is blown on the fact that the biggest news anchor in the world sits with a U.S. sitting congressman, and they both say, yeah, aliens are real, and we have an agreement with them, and we're communicating with
But
them.
that's all of what is it, Stephen Greer? Do you know who that is?
Bob Lazar.
No, he
Heard
does.
about Bob Lazar, don't know about Stephen
So
Greer.
he has gone through these military contracts. He does these things called, I think it's EB5. That's maybe something entirely different. Oh, what is it called? It's the Close Encounters of the Fifth
Dimension.
Kind. He has a couple docuseries out, and then he actually has captured pretty alarming photographs and video of contact. I wonder if you could Google it.
Stephen what?
I think it's Greer.
Is that one of these like GERYURE type deals?
Where's my phone?
Is that a cheese? Is
It's
that a type
plugged
of
in.
cheese?
Wow. Stephen
Greer?
Stephen
I always
Greer?
mess up his name. I'm sorry.
I don't.
Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, I think, or fifth.
Gee, let me get your phone.
Yeah.
But he has he actually hosts a lot of these
Blackstone.
in North Carolina, and I know people have gone to them, and they said that absolutely things show up. And the idea is that you get into a meditative state, so you have a group of people, and you get to the frequency of peace or peace and love.
Is that the idea that they're
And you
so
invite
far
them
advanced that they're not? Is that the like you get into the galactic universe?
Yep, this guy.
And that's why the WEF is trying so hard to like force us
He says
into
they're
these changes.
actually good. They don't want us fighting with each other. They're trying to protect our resources, protect ourselves, and then there is a collective effort to make us scared against them. So when they do show up, that we're hostile to them.
Okay.
That was another part of the video where they were talking about like the divisiveness.
Wait.
Of
Is
our
it just
media.
Greer?
Greer.
Why'd you say Greer?
I don't know. I think I'm blending names. I always mess up his name. I don't know what it
Chastain?
is.
Greer?
Greer.
All right, so
Stephen
what are we
Greer.
looking for here?
So he's the guy that has the docuseries, and he also has documented video and footage of what looks like beings. So maybe if you look up his name and like photos of aliens
images,
or something,
Stephen
yeah.
Greer? And you've kind of like vetted him out. He's legit.
I know people that have gone to his retreats, and they say he's legit. Like,
Really?
so I'm 1 degree away.
Is that the little guy? Is he the guy with that little thing in Mexico?
That's probably, I don't know what that is. No, I'm talking about like, it looks like these beings are kind of made out of light in the photos that he has, and you can see the movement. It's almost like if you take a picture of a car on a highway and how the headlights are, it kind of looks like that, but you could very much see a little dude.
Well,
I don't know why it's not showing up.
interesting.
I highly recommend you watch the Close Encounters
Stephen Greer?
docuseries.
So where are you at with these aliens?
Believe it when I say it.
Really? You're such a skeptic.
Everything's a psyop until it's not.
I feel like
What do you think?
I feel like you can't rule it out. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? I'm interested in the fact that they're like supposed to be touching, touching base together. That shit's crazy.
It changes everything.
That's kind of crazy. Like they're communicating. What does the aliens speak? How they're speaking our language?
Well, the thing that
They must be so, like I don't know.
the thing
It's
that
a
really
mind blower.
well the thing that really bugs me out talking about that. The thing that really bugs me out is that new thing that they're talking about like where you can like I don't know what the technology name of it. It's basically like you soul bond some like you send you put like imprint something on 2 electrons and then you send 1 electron freaking to the other side of the earth. And then you do something with the other electron, and the other electron does it, even though it's on the other side of the earth.
Quantum entanglement.
Quantum entanglement. So I don't think any motherfucker
What an
earthbound.
intellectual.
Of course, like I said, soul
Of course,
bonding.
she knows every
I'm
freaking
just
thing.
a dumb hooker.
No, stop. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yep.
Why am I here? Why are my clothes on? I should be somewhere else.
Unbelievable.